Incredible, great, exciting news to start your afternoons as Mitch McConnell will be pushing for stimulus starting less than 48 hours from now. It's incredible, great news as both Democrats and Republicans are trying to set the new agenda for a new administration. But Mitch McConnell says no. No. We're doing stimulus first. Get behind in line. Get behind us. The lobsters are back there as well. The pop bill's back there as well. Don't come to me unless you have jalapenos and red peppers. Get behind me as well. Mitch is saying no one is coming up first before stimulus. For the first time, someone's actually looking out for us. This is incredible, great news. I'm about to celebrate. If only I had some ice cream. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a great day, and I'm just so excited for you. Finally, someone who has power is doing the right thing, and that right thing is putting stimulus first, second stimulus first, getting it out, and not dealing with all this other stuff that has nothing to do with you. And finally, that's happening starting this coming Monday. Wow. I mean, just absolutely incredible. It's a great afternoon. It's here on Saturday. It's darn cold here. It was hot, then it was cold, then it was raining, and now it's cold again. But I hope you're good where you are. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. We're changing up the lineup. We have 3 new shows in less than 48 hours debuting today. Today is the new Purple Power Live at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, Being a Mitch returns for its 3rd day, and Holidays LALATE was on episode number 3 this afternoon, and that was already a hit. Boy, it's an incredible day. If you've also not liked and subscribed, please like this video. It really helps the algorithm. It helps get the videos appearing higher in the algorithm. In this video, I'm going to be going over everything that you've been asking about. This is going to be the tailor-made video in which I specifically go over the questions you have been wondering. How much? When? How would it come? Do I have to do a non-filer filing? What if I have a new child? What if I've changed my account? What do I have to do to ensure that I get this money? How quickly and when, and all that incredible great news. So let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news within 48 hours is that Mitch McConnell is going to put stimulus, the number one item and the only item that he's going to focus on when the Senate resumes session this coming Monday. This incredible great news after less than a few hours of people celebrating and embracing a safe transition of government, but also talking about new bills that have nothing to do with you. It's just like, no, get behind us. We can deal with your stuff. We got a couple years to get with your stuff, but we've been waiting. So we're going first. And that's what Mitch is saying. Absolutely incredible, great news. You're getting stimulus, Mitch says. Wall Street, you're getting stimulus. The Federal Reserve, you need stimulus. Labor markets, you need stimulus. Unemployment numbers, you need stimulus. And let's continue through and get it done. So when Mitch debuts stimulus as the first priority of the Senate on Monday, what will it look like? As the wind is literally about to blow me away. What will it look like? What do we know? What do we not know? Bottom line is we know very little about anything, but we do know that it's all new. First of all, chief negotiator is Mitch McConnell. Gone is Steve Mnuchin. Second, Larry Kudlow, all that type of stuff. Mark Meadows, no longer a part of the discussion. It is only Mitch driving the Hot Mess Express. So you need to be laser focused on him and his buddies in the Senate and female senators in the Senate to get this done. What would be the deal provisions? We don't know. Has he written the bill? He has not written the bill. When would he put the bill for a vote? He could put the bill for a vote literally within 24 hours after he writes the bill, or a few hours after he writes the bill. Is he writing the bill right now? We don't know. Could he be writing the bill? Absolutely. Could he be introducing the bill on Monday? Absolutely. Could he be putting the bill to a vote this week? Absolutely. Is he telling us? No, not yet. So Mitch is certainly holding his cards, and we will shortly see what he's doing. But this is the spirit of the purple power. Someone minutes ago said thank you, sent me a private message, and you saw me tweet it. The person said, thank you for everything you do, LALATE. You have now changed American history today. And I was a little bit overwhelmed by that. But it's because of what we do on this channel. We have absolutely pushed the envelope, and we're not finished pushing. We start on April 25th. We are not waiting to January 25th to push the envelope. We're pushing the envelope right now. So it's incredible great news is that Mitch wants the stimulus to go out. What would be the deal provisions? It would include unemployment. It would include some type of grants. It would include some type of loans. It would include some type of protections. It would include testing and tracing. And it would likely include stimulus checks. So then you go back and you say, okay, well, what are the provisions? How much stimulus? How many stimulus checks? How big is it? And we simply just don't know the answer. All we know is what he has available for him and what he likes and what he doesn't like. And ultimately, that's what Purple Power does, the viewers of this channel. We're very good at understanding, okay, this is what bipartisanship means, getting things done that the other side likes that we like. We like this, you like this, good. So what do we know that both sides like? Both sides, well, I'm not including her. Yeah, yeah. What do Democrats and Republicans both like? Problem solvers bill. Good, got that. Okay, what's in the problem solvers bill? Multiple stimulus checks, one now and one in the month of March. Okay, got that. What else is in there? FPUC, got that. How much? $450 a week? Okay, for 8 weeks, yeah. And then $600 for 5 weeks? Okay, got that. What else is in there? There's some grants. There's EIDL grants. Ooh, there's some EIDL loans. Ooh, nice. There's some PPP. Yes. So some good stuff in there. How much is that problem solvers bill? 1.5. Okay, I got it. What's not in there? Not in there hazard pay. What's not in there? The second stimulus check is next year in March. It's not sooner. Okay. What else do you not like in the problem solvers bill, Ellen? There's a lot of things I don't like. It's not retroactive to FPUC to July. Some of the deal provisions expire in December. So it needs some modifications. Okay. What does Mitch's group like? Mitch's group likes the problem solvers bill. They've said they like the problem solvers bill. Lindsey Graham says, I would pass the problem solvers bill right away. Okay, Lindsey. Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell are basically the same person in the same sentence. So understand they are two peas in a pod. And so that's incredible that Lindsey Graham says, I like the problem solvers bill. What does Lindsey Graham and Mitch like about the problem solvers bill? No one does this analysis but me, and this is what's important for you to understand. What did they like about it? They like that it doesn't have everything in it that you and I don't like. Does that make any more sense? It doesn't have the stuff that you and I hate. That's not in there. And they're like, that's why we like it. Yeah, we like it too for the same reasons. It does not have the bailout for Andrew and Gavin. It does not have salary raises. It does not have all these things that we are sitting here today. Let me reflect, because I haven't done this in a couple weeks. Do you notice that the state of New York is doing fine without that bailout? Do you notice the state of California is doing fine without that bailout? Yeah. Do you understand that they're actually doing quite well? So this thing that they need a bailout or they're going to go under. Did you see them go under? No, they haven't gone under. Do you see that the airlines are doing fine, pretty well, considering they haven't gotten their bailout? Yeah, they're doing well. So all these people that said they had to have things or things are going to go under just was fake. So the great news is that there's money for us. Get this money out for us. So now we go to the deal provisions, the stimulus checks. How much stimulus checks? How big are the stimulus checks? And all that and more. And what's important to understand is that Mitch is not adverse to sending you a big stimulus check. Mitch is not adverse to sending you multiple stimulus checks. Mitch is not adverse to sending you FPUC over more weeks or going retroactively further back. What Mitch is adverse to is a thing that's too big. So instead of 1.5, it's 2.5. Instead of 2.5, it's 3.5. He's adverse to that. Why? Because he doesn't want the national debt to grow. He wants to keep it lower. Okay, you got that? So how do we play into that? This is what we do. Well, There's $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money sitting around. Yes, that $800 billion can be used for your stimulus checks. Oh, yes. And that CARES Act does not grow the national debt because it's already used money. This is getting good. So with that CARES Act 1 money, then if you use that, does the problem solvers bill actually get a little bit less? Well, if you used all the $800 billion for stimulus checks, then yes, you could shrink the problem solvers bill actually down to about let me see if I can do the math, down to about 900,000 approximately. No, I would say maybe 1 or 1 trillion. The reason why is that problem solvers bill has two $1,200 stimulus checks in there. So how much is two $1,200 stimulus checks? Let me do the math really quickly with you. It's about 400 to 500 billion. So yeah, it would shrink the problem solvers bill to 1 or 1.1. And hence, that's exactly where Mitch McConnell wants to land. So Mitch McConnell could do the problem solvers bill at 1 and shrink it at 1.1 if he takes all that $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money and designates that as stimulus checks. You see how we do things really quickly here? You see how we work on numbers. I love numbers. You love numbers. And that's how we get things done. And so with that $800 billion, that would be about $5,000 stimulus check, a one-time $5,000 stimulus check for people in need, not for billionaires. It would be people that qualify for stimulus check the first time around. It would be for all viewers on SSDI, SSI, and Social Security and railroad benefits, and seniors, children, adult dependents, minor dependents, and you could reduce the stimulus check for children instead of giving them 4,000, 5,000. You give them 1,200 or 2,000 or something like that. You could certainly shrink their check. And this is categorically incredible, great news. How would you be ready for this? Well, if you got a first stimulus check, you don't have to do anything else, provided you've not changed anything. So if you got the first stimulus check by direct deposit and you have not changed that account, you're good. If you change that account, do a non-filer filing or go to the IRS's website and make sure you've updated your information with them. They're the ones that sent out the checks. Next, if you just went on SSDI, SSI, or Social Security benefits since the last stimulus check, you need to contact the IRS and do a non-filer filing as well. Also, if you've had a new child since the prior stimulus check, you need to do that as well also. So I want to make sure that you're teed up to get these things out. What's important to understand, as I always said to you, I would do that analysis of non-final filing when we get close to the stimulus checks, and now we're very close if the representations from Mitch McConnell are exactly true. What's important to understand is I'm reporting the representations of Mitch McConnell. These are not my representations. I'm not saying Mitch McConnell's going to send out I'm not saying that Mitch McConnell's going to send out a $5,000 stimulus check. I'm not saying that Mitch McConnell's going to send out a stimulus check. I'm not saying that Mitch McConnell's going to sign a bill tomorrow or Monday. What I'm saying to you is that his representation is he's going to get this done. First item of business starting Monday morning. And with that, that means get it done means a law. It doesn't mean talk. He doesn't just talk. He intends to get a law passed. So this is incredible, great news. So then we turn to the other issues, which are, well, what could we push for besides the stimulus check that needs fixing? Hazard pay is not in the stimulus package of the problem solvers bill. FPUC needs to be more retroactive. You need more weeks of FPUC. Okay, so when we're talking about more weeks of FPUC, that does grow the bill. That makes the bill get a little bit larger because you're paying more weeks. But it has to be done. Then you also need to ensure that the grants and the EIDL loans and the PPPs are all done correctly. What's incredibly important to you to understand is that all these things work separately from one another. And that's incredible great news. So you can go get some of these grants and not have a contradiction with your check. You can get the check and these other things. You can get a check and EIDL. You can get a check and a rent aid. And what's important to understand is that everything is new. So I don't want you to sit back and say, well, yeah, he did before that, and she did that. No, we're not doing that. Everything is new. It's a new era. It's a new time, and we're starting all from scratch. All right, let me go over some incredible questions and comments from yesterday's video right after this. But first, I want to go over some breaking details today. The number of COVID-19 cases around the world has grown, and today the United States is at a record spike. The U.S. reported a one-day spike of 126,000 new COVID-19 cases. This is showing that every day over the last 3 days, we have broken a consecutive new record. Over the past 7 days, we have grown 25%. I was reporting that we're at 70,000 cases about a week and a half ago. So you see we're at 125. We're almost double what I was reporting about a week ago. Next, the world. The world's reacting to the situation of COVID-19 cases everywhere. Belgium is having problems with COVID cases. Germany's having problems with COVID cases. Italy is going on partial lockdown. Greece is going on partial lockdown. The concern is growing very quickly. Next, a really fascinating report that came out today that says job separation is really quite a key. People who are making less than $27,000 a year, before the pandemic hit, have had problems getting new jobs since the pandemic hit. That a lot of those people are still making 20% less than they made before the pandemic. So imagine 20% less than $27,000. Whereas those who were making $60,000 a year before the pandemic, the vast majority, a new report says from Opportunity Insights, says the vast majority making a good sum of money have gotten their jobs back. Next, mortgages. 1 in 3 Americans are now facing the possibility of missing rent or mortgage payment for consecutive months. It was estimated that 40 million Americans could face eviction in the month of July, and that number is still increasing. Wow. You see how the situation's changing so quickly. Let me go over some questions and comments from yesterday's video. Wayne, if they're going to do this, they need to do it now. What's important to understand is we understand they're not supposed to do it now. They're supposed to do it 3 months ago. They're supposed to do it 4 months ago. And what's important to understand is we're going to stay positive. We're going to stay focused. And ultimately, we're dealing with a lot of permutations, and we're dealing with a lot of things. And we're staying focused. Sue, I can't wait. You're going to have to wait, Sue. It's not going out today. It's not going out tomorrow. It's not going out on Monday. But you have to wait. Frank, so while crises are coming up, Bitcoin's climb. Well, thank you for spamming the channel. Sophia Gavalhalas, hey, LA, let's get that stimulus coming quick. Yes, we need it coming quick. That's the spirit. We need it coming quick. We may need to push Mick to do it quick. He wants to do it quick. It's just not coming today. It's a Saturday afternoon. Laura, I just pray those who have lost so much get their ways back to a home and groceries. Amen. Wonderful message, Laura Weatherman. Monica Andrews, yes, let's do it, Purple Power. Get God's wishes for all those Americans. Amen. Joseph, they need to get their act together and get us our money and stop playing around. Amen. That's what Mitch said. That's what Mitch said. God bless him. Nelson, just tell us when they're going to get it together and fix this mess. Mary, we know it's been coming for the last 3 months. The problem is it hasn't been sent. That's very well said, Mary. So Mary is very attuned. We don't forget, but we don't focus on negativity. Steve, Nancy's already said, you know what? I'm stopping mid-sentence. I'm not even reading what Nancy said. I don't care what Nancy said. Ultimately, we're not focused on negativity on the channel. We're focused on positivity. We're focused on getting to the pandemic, getting through this pandemic and getting to the finish line and getting it done. And it's going to get done because that's what Mitch says, and we're absolutely pushing like we've never pushed before. Today was a great day, and absolutely next week is going to be an incredible week. I'm so glad that you joined me. Go to the French channel, subscribe, because we're going to get this done. Amen. Also like this video. Coming up next is Purple Power. Coming up next is Purple, not Purple Power. And in that video, I'll be going over grants, hazard pay, and more. Big developments. And then join me from Being a Mitch, followed by Street and Stimulus. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay about life for more.